The book for this week is Designing Your Life: How to Build a Well-Lived and Joyful Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. Summary of this book is pretty much a guidebook for designing your life so that it brings you more joy. And it, for me, it kind of leaned toward like what your career would be, or what you engage in work wise, what that would be. And it kind of meshes like what you enjoy to like what you would do for a living, that aspect of it. So I would definitely recommend this book. Who's this book for? So I would definitely recommend this book to somebody who has not yet started their career, or somebody who is in a career but they're stuck, or they want a different career but don't quite know what that is, or for somebody who wants to redefine their thought of work, whereas work is not just you're working for a paycheck, but you're actually doing meaningful, purposeful work that you enjoy doing, and then the money comes. Or work that you enjoy doing, work where you feel like you're contributing to society, or that you're doing what you were meant to be doing, or you're doing stuff that you actually enjoy. You're not going to work 8 hours out the day, hating your life because of work. I mean, we're at work majority of the time. So I think that is a good concept, a good way to look at it, to redefine the way you look and think about what is work. Or even if you're on the right path and you're in the career, I would recommend it. It's like a gauge, and that's some of the activities in the book too. Is like tells you how to gauge the fullness of your life in different areas. But one thing I would have to say, there are a lot of activities, and rightfully so, for this book. I normally do not like books that have tons of activities. I've said that before. But this book, they have tons of activities, but they're purposeful activities. Now, I had got this book. This is my second book from the Audible free trial. I told you they give you two. This is my second book from the Audible free trial. I found myself having to continuously stop, like listen to the audio, to get a piece of paper and write down like my thoughts, or write down what they were asking me to write for the activities, which were good and meaningful activities. So I just turned around and bought the book. So it should be delivered here soon. I just turned around and bought it on Amazon, the actual paper copy of the book. So I do recommend, if you do get this book on Audible, to possibly also there's a workbook that comes with it. I can't speak for the workbook. I didn't get it. I haven't even received the book yet, but I would recommend getting the book or possibly the workbook. And another thing I would recommend taking longer than a week to get through the book. That's what I could say. Because not that I rushed through the book. I mean, I went through the book and I listened to it at the regular speed. I didn't speed it up to listen to it. I listened to it at regular speed. But to actually have the concepts in the book be very meaningful, and you to actually get the most that you can out of this book, I would definitely recommend taking longer than a week to get through it. And in addition to that, to do it with like a group of 2 or 3 people, so that you can hold yourself accountable and also share ideas with the activities within the book. So that's one thing. I wouldn't, if you get Audible, get a paper copy also, because there's activities that you're going to go through. And then 2, take longer than a week to read the book. Take your time, go through the book, do the exercises in the book, and I guarantee you, like at the end of the book, you're going to come out of it knowing what you should be doing. Like literally knowing the type of work that you should be doing, and then hopefully taking those steps to implement that into your life. I think that's what their hope is in writing the book, that there are more people that are living meaningful, joyful lives because they're doing work that's meaningful to them, which I completely appreciate. So I'm so thankful that they wrote this book. Like I said, I pretty much already have a concept of how I want my life to go in the future, but this helped just kind of to define things better for me, as far as the steps that I want to take in my career and even some other activities going forward. So final thoughts on this. This is a deep, I'm going to say it's like, it's deep work. I know there's a book called Deep Work, and I haven't read that book yet, so I don't even know if they are similar books. But I'm just saying, like, this is like, you're going to do some deep work on yourself if you actually take the time to go through this book and do the concepts and do the activities that they have laid out, which is a good thing if you are actually looking to change your life. If you're actually looking to make a difference, if you're actually looking to find a career, find work, find something to do with your life that is meaningful, purposeful, and also brings you joy, I would definitely recommend this to that person, to you. Oh, my favorite quote. Okay, so my favorite quote for the book. Okay, so my favorite quote for the book is this, pretty much. It says, "The end result of a well-designed life is a life lived well." And I think that pretty much sums up the book. Sums it up. And in my whole like personal growth journey, this whole even book club thing, that's what our goal is. Our goal is to create the lives that we want for ourselves, to pretty much just design our life so that we are achieving the things we want to achieve. We're experiencing things that we want to experience. We're going for it. We're happy, joyful, just getting the most out of this life. That's pretty much what this quest, this journey is for me and my sisters. And the books that we invite into our lives are pretty much going to help us in one aspect or another for some topic within life in order for our self-development, self-improvement. All the best to you on your journey.